one of the things that is important about being addicted to porn is that you have to figure out exactly what are you trying to numb? Depression, anxiety, pressure at work, things like that. It's all of these things are related. And once you figure out exactly why you're numbing your emotions with porn, then you can try to figure out, okay, like this is what I'm doing and this is how I can get off of it. I know for me, and I had no idea at the time. I was numbing my emotions that came from a bunch of things. I didn't back in the day. I was in a really bad car accident. I never really dealt. I was in an ejection car accident. I broke my neck. I injured my knee. I didn't have any idea how to cope with that. I had no idea. So I remember I would just be at the end of the night. I would be jerking off, and emotions are gone. No problems. Nothing. Didn't feel anything. Just you watch porn. You're watching it. You get the high. Makes you tired. You fall asleep. The problem is it will. I remember back then. It will your ability, like your self esteem and your core confidence. It will kill it. It will kill it. I remember how nervous I was back then. I remember how shy I was. Don't get me wrong. I was still pretty good with girls, and I was still pretty social. But I always felt like I wasn't comfortable in my own skin like I should have been. I had a lot of social anxiety, and looking back, it's no surprise that when you're doing porn, you have a lot of shame. You don't feel good about who you are as a person. So I think what you need to do is, if you don't be afraid to examine yourself. You're not going to find something that you can't handle. I remember about 10 years ago, I was afraid to look at myself in the mirror because I think I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to handle something that I found out about myself. It was like, oh my God, like what if I find out that I have low self-esteem and I'm not as good as I thought I was. Things like that. And what you do is, if you examine yourself, you're going to figure out, wait a minute. Like, sometimes there's a bunch of things in your head from childhood that you can realize, wait a minute, I'm a really strong person. Why would I think that? For me, growing up, I didn't think I was that smart. And it wasn't until college that I realized that I was extremely smart and articulate. And for some reason, growing up, my dad was really smart. He always maybe kind of made he made me kind of feel, I don't want to say he made me feel, but I felt like I could never be as smart as he was. And I think that's where some of that came from. So if you jump inside your head and you figure out where some of these insecurities come from, and you figure out why you're watching porn, that can help you so much in getting rid of it. And then once you get rid of porn, you're gonna be 10 times stronger than somebody who's addicted to porn. Porn is a thief. It will rob you of everything that you're trying to achieve. It will rob you of your goals. I promise you that. It will rob you of the connection that you can have with your girlfriend. It will it will affect the relationship that you can have with your kids if you're married. If you're married and you're looking at porn, that is one of the greatest threats to your marriage. How can you appreciate your wife to the same degree? If you go a week without eating, how good does food taste? It feels amazing. It feels amazing. Don't devalue your wife. Don't don't ruin that special value that is there. Go 7 days on no fap. You'll see, you feel more. You're gonna be more passionate.